Well, good morning and welcome to 755 Live, about 5 minutes of what Jesus said. And we are live from downtown Weatherford, Ironworks Coffee. We're here Tuesday through Friday for a time of prayer from 6:30 until 8. And these 755 live segments are just soundbite versions of the commands and teachings of Jesus. You can find these and some more resources to help us read the Bible together and obey the things that Jesus said at our weekday Bible plan at bible.today.church. And if these 755 live segments are meaningful to you, it really helps and would mean a lot to me, and it's very encouraging if you like it, if you share it, if you comment. Good morning, Sarah. Thank you for joining us today. Good morning, Tina. Appreciate you checking in and sharing every day. Just really helps us get the word out if you comment, if you like, if you share this. Today's Jesus said is settle it together in person. This comes from Matthew 18. Which is the process that Jesus gave us for dealing with conflict and actually relationship restoration among believers. So we're going to read today from Matthew 18, 15 through 17, where Jesus said, settle it together in person. Verse 15, if another believer sins against you, go privately. It's important. Go privately and point out that offense. If the other person listens and confesses it, you have won that person back. But if you're unsuccessful, take it to one or two others, or take one or two others with you, and go back again, so that everything you say may be confirmed by 2 or 3 witnesses. If the person still refuses to listen, take your case to the church. Then, if he or she won't accept the church's decision, treat that person as a pagan or a corrupt tax collector. Jesus said, settle it together in person. Jesus never said be a mind reader. He said settle it together. I think that this is also part of the process that Jesus was talking about when he talked about the Good Shepherd, leaving the 99 for the one, seeking that one who is lost, who has fallen away. And he said where 2 or 3 are gathered together, that he was in the midst. There's a reconciliation process that is a part of being the body. Reconciliation is the key to relationship and to belonging. And if we don't follow the process, the simple commands of Jesus, we get different results. Just like if you're following a recipe, if you don't include all the ingredients, you're going to get something different. If we don't follow the Matthew 18 process of settling it together in person, we're going to get different results. Division, judgment, whispers, gossip, or defining that with modern terminology, social media. Little known fact, Jesus did not say, post about it when dealing with others. He outlined dealing with fault and conflict among believers by settling it together, not going to someone else to talk about someone else. If someone wrongs you, if someone offends you, if you misunderstand what someone's motives are, for instance, the right thing to do is to go to them personally. Gossip is easy. Reconciliation is more difficult. It's harder to do, but it's what Jesus said is better. But we have to realize that we can't follow this process unless you already belong to a body of believers, the church, because you can't go through all 3 steps without actually being a believer. But it's important that we follow these steps with the attitude of a believer. Galatians 6, verses 1 through 3 tells us if another believer is overcome by any sin, any fault, then we who are godly should gently and humbly help that person back on the right path. It's about gentleness and humility. Considering ourselves, being careful not to fall into the same temptation ourselves. We are to share each other's burdens and in this way obey the law of Christ. If you think you're too important to help someone else, it says in Galatians 6:3, you are only fooling yourself. You are not that important. Jesus said, settle it together in person. And that sometimes is difficult. But we're not called to complain about others to others. Guard your conversations. Are you complaining about someone without having gone through the process? Are you criticizing someone to someone else in a veiled attempt to share a prayer request? Or have you really tried what Jesus said? Go to the one who wrongs you. Try to deal with it with them in person. If that doesn't work, take 2 or 3 believers with you. And if that doesn't work, then take it to the church. That's the process that brings reconciliation. And that's who we are to be as Jesus followers. Good morning, Susie. Appreciate you checking in as well. Jesus said, settle it together in person. How can we put that into action?